When chapman billies leave the street and truthy neighbours meet, his market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate. As we sit boozing at the nappy, getting foo and ugga happy, we think na our lang Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky sullen dame, gathering her brows like a gathering storm and nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth found honest Tam O'Shanter, as he for e'er enacht did canter, all there where ne'er a tune surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, had thou been so wise as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice, she told you well ye were a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that fae November to October, a market day thou wasna sober. Ilka meddler with a miller, thou sat as long as thou had siller, and every naig was card a shoe on, the smith and thee got roaring foo on. And at the Lord's house, even on a Sunday, thou drank wi' Kurt and Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned and doon, or catched by warlocks on the mark, by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me great to think how mony counsels sweet, how mony length and saged advices the husband frae a wife despises. But to our tale, a market night, Tam had got planted uncorrect, fast by an ingle, blazing finely, wi' reeman swats that drank divinely. And at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusty, drouthy crony, Tam looed him like a very brother. They had been fou for weeks together. The nicht drove on wi' sangs and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with secret favours, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories. The landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle. Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. Care mad to see a man sae happy, he drowned himself among the nappy, as bees flee hame with loads of treasure. The minutes winged their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam, he was glorious, o' all the ills o' life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed, or like the snowfall on the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis rays that flit ere ye can point its place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, evanishing amidst the storm. Nae man can tether time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam mun ride. That hour o' nicht, black arch the keystane. That dreary hour, Tam mounts his beastin', and sick o' nicht he tacks the roadin', as ne'er poor sinner was abroadin'. The wind blew as it blown his last. The rattling showers roared in a blast. The steamy gleams, the darkness swallowed. Loud, deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That night, a child might understand. The dealer had business on his hand. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, while crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round wi' prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirkalloway was drawing nigh, where geese and hoolits nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snaw the chapman smored, and past the birks and Meeklestane, where drunken Charlie bracks next bane, and through the wind and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and by the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mother hanged herself. Before him Doon pours all his floods. The Dublin storms roar through the woods, the lightning flash from pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed all ablaze. Through Ilkabore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. We tippenny, we fear nae evil, we Ishkabe, we'll face the devil. The swats, they reamed and Tammy's noddle. Fair play, he cared nae deals a bottle, but Maggie stood right sair astonished, until the healing hand admonished, she ventured forward on the licht, and vow Tam saw an unca sick. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae Tilly and Brent new fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels, put fire and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large. To gie them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gart them skirl, till roof and rafter all did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses, which showed the deed in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip slicked, each in its cold hand held a licht, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the holy table a murderer's banes and jippetains, twa spang lang wee unchristened bairns, a thief new cutted fair rape, wi' his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks wi' blood red rusted, 5 scimitars wi' murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son o' life bereft, the grey hairs yet stack to the heft. And there was mair horrible and awfy, which even to name them would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out, with lies seemed like a beggar's clout. 3 priest hearts rotten, black as muck, lay stinking vile in every nook. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they clicked, till ilka carl and swat and reek it, they cooster duddies to the wark, and link it at her in her sark. Now Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens, oh plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks, instead of creasy flannin, been snaw white 1700 linen. Thy breeks o' mine, thy only pair, that ains were plush wi' good blue hair. Oh, I would have gi'en them all my hearties for a blink o' their bonny birdies. But withered bedlams, old and droll, rag woody hags would spin a foe, loupin' and flingin' in a crummock. It's a wonder didn't turn thy stomach. But Tam kent what was fu brawly, there was a winsome wench in Whalley that night enlisted in the corps, lang after Kent on Carrickshore. For mony's a beast to dead she shot, and perished mony's a bonny boat, and shook baith meikle corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark o' Paisley hang, that as a lassie she had worn, in longitude, though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vanity. Ah, little kenned thy reverend granny, that sark she coughed for her wee nanny, wi' £2 Scots, 'twas all her riches, whatever graced a dance o' witches. But here my muse, her wing mun cower, sic flicks are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny, lap and flang, a supple jade, she was and strang, and Tammy stood like ane bewitched, as though it's very enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged fu fain, and hooked and blew wi' micht and main, till first a caper, syne another, Tam tint his reason altogether, and roars out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees bezoot wi' angry fight, when plundering herds assail their bike, as open pussy's mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when "Catch the thief!" resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, wi' monies an eldrick screech and hollow. Ah, Tam, thou'll get thy ferrin, and hell they'll roast ye like a herrin. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Thou'll do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystane o'er the brig. There at them thy tail may toss, a running stream they dare nae cross. But ere the keystane she could make, the faint o' tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little was she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master heel, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clout her by the rump, and left puir Maggie scarce a stump. Now, wha this tale of truth shall read, ilka man and mother's son tak heed. Whene'er to drink ye are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys ere dear. Remember Tam O'Shanter's mare.